Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Talk. Today we have our guest speaker here with us, Antonio,
Hello.
and we'll be talking about a topic called the game with the end in mind. So, Antonio, since you're new to all this and you of course have watched the previous videos, how's it going for you so far during circuit breaker?
Quite well. Yeah, that's pretty much it actually. There's nothing much else we do at home, you know.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
This now
But
you told me that you are in NS, right? So you're doing your NS, you're serving your 2 months NS through calls. So how's it like being on a Zoom call and your sergeant watching you do push-ups?
For first, it's kind of weird, seeing everyone else doing your PT and then you're just there struggling to do PT. And the fact that all our assignments are online now, it kind of feel like poly again, online assignment must submit by today 2359. If not, you'll get some kind of punishment. You can't wake up late, if not you get some kind of punishment. You must talk formal, if not you also get some kind of punishment.
Yeah, but is it like when you do PT, right? It's like all 40 plus people, all those in your bunk one, also the video cam all is like on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
our cam has to be on.
Yeah, because it's like only like limited screens per one page.
My squad is only around 20 plus, so it can
So it's
fit
okay
within the
lah.
one page. Yeah.
Your cover
Zoom can fit in 100 what?
No,
Yeah,
but
like your
it's
computer
talking about one screen.
there's like a lot of
Oh.
videos. Yeah. There's like I think one page around 20 plus.
So
Right, so
it
then
can,
you have to swipe, right?
The sergeant
Okay.
to swipe so much.
yeah. Other than that, it's quite normal, I guess. The CB has been really a norm now, like nowadays.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, what can we do without the COVID situation happening?
Well, good news, one more week. And then I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going back to school. And me as well. So yeah.
Are you going? Is NS resuming back next week? Phase 1?
It resumed this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
but I'm
wait,
going
so
in
that-
next.
This week is it? Then you're going in like
I've been growing this baby for 2 months, man.
no, as in
Well,
yeah,
as
you
a
like to come to me or something.
Yeah,
As a
we have to cut our
serviceman,
hair.
say you guys are lucky bitches lah. So no complaints on that. But yeah, actually we forget to give a shout out to our big boss, Colin Chin Kai.
So
Okay, he's not here today because he's doing his baking. Please support him at our mini posh house, Instagram, Facebook, and support him by buying his macaroons and whatever
and Shopee too.
at Shopee too. Chinkai, we support you, we do business here instead in the Zoom call, so you better give some macaroons for free
You
for
put
us.
the link down below. I don't know if actually can or not.
Yeah, so he's doing he's been booming his business. I can vouch for that because we tried his baking for a lot of time. So go support him, guys, if you are watching this.
Yep.
So back to the topic.
So begin with the end in mind. Do you guys have any insights of that you want to share? Or any
Begin with
stories?
You want to go? You want who to go first, Colin?
I mean, since you have a guest speaker, fresh blood here, right? Antonio, you go first.
All right, since it's customary for me to say first, begin with end in mind. I would say, for my take would be every beginning has an end. So it also applies to your goals. So if you want to have something in the beginning, you also must have an end to it. Like for example, you want to get your diploma. So beginning is to get into poly. What's the end? To get your diploma. It must be very clear cut, very straight. It's okay to have distractions along the way, but not too much, I guess. Yeah, that's my definition of begin with an end.
What's your take on it, Mr. Ramdan?
I think no need to say, yeah, he summarized it well enough
That's
to
true. That's very true.
say, right, that's right. But agreed, I agree to what our guest speaker today have said. So it's just to have a clear direction to what you're doing. So begin with the end in mind is a concept of before you start anything. Again, like what Antonio mentioned, is you need to have something at the end that you already have a vision for lah. You know, like uh, I want to a simple relatable activity in life is like, people who want to lose weight. I keep using fitness as my example because that's my forte lah. So you want to lose weight. You don't know where to start, but you need to know how you want to look at the end of it. So when you know how you want to look at the end of it, then you will know how to start, because then you will start to reverse engineer lah along the way. Then you know what's your objective, what's your end of goal, what you want to have your outcome, and then you're like, okay. And then in between, right, when you see your outcome is not the one that you have planned for, you start to adapt lah to the changes law and make new strategies, but still keeping to the end goal law. Like I want to gain weight, you know, then I cannot be running 2.4 km every day. So you start to change lah. So that's my take lah.
I really can't share any I take because you guys have taken everything I want to say out. But
Yeah, no need to say swang already.
again,
You say already, it's fine.
there is a issue like that I noticed because a lot of teens or young adults like ourselves nowadays, right, are getting lost because there isn't a goal for us to work towards. To a good example would be maybe after your ORD or like after you graduate from uh, ITE or poly, like, and then yeah, of course, I mean for guys Singaporeans, you guys have NS, right? For girls, not maybe you cannot get into uni, and then you'll be like, oh no, like what's next? Like there isn't a plan for you to that you have laid out. So you are lost in that situation, and I find myself in that situation a lot last time. Like I always have no goals, like nothing to work toward myself to. So I always find, but when I try to find, I feel like I'm still in this shit situation where I'm still so lost, like I don't know where to go, which direction should I go to, or like what job should I take, what's next, that's the very big question here, like what's next. So when you want to start something, right, or maybe after you know that your contract is going to end for like let's say per se a job, you have to think like what's next, what are you going to do after this is over, not feel lost lah. Like because when I was in that lost state, it was very frustrating. Like you didn't know, like you don't know where to go. So you're very stuck.
Okay, we hear you.
We all been through that.
Yeah, we hear you. I mean, it's relatable. I think maybe for those the guys that are serving NS now, maybe Antonio can share. Does he have any end goal? Out of his national service lah, basically,
Okay.
or what he want to do after lah.
I would say after my national service, my initial plan is to sign on into the SAF. Provided I get my citizenship by then. If not, I'll probably sign a contract with my internship company, which I did during my poly years. Yeah, but if possible, I would love to sign on instead into the army.
Right. Oh, cool. Oh, so you haven't get your PR lah?
No, I'm a PR,
Okay.
but I'm still the blue IC, not the pink IC.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Understand. What makes you want to have that affirmation that, okay, signing on is my way of life, basically?
I've always been I always have an interest in the military. So, ever since secondary school, I've been interested in all the military know-hows. So I think ever since then, I wanted to try to become an officer in the army. Even though there's a lot of stigma right now with people signing on saying that the reason why we sign on is because there's no future for us, or we don't know what else to do, so we must well sign on anyways. But there are some people like me who just wish to sign on because it's their passion, and it's one of their dreams since young. So it's kind of disheartening to hear such comments when I tell people that, I plan to sign on after my ends.
I think I agree lah. I've seen a lot of those kind of stigma happening around. Is it even for my own clique of friends? Nothing to do sign on nothing to do
Yeah.
sign on right. Well, you watch a lot of movies of the army, is it, when you were young?
Yeah, actually I did.
Right? I mean, maybe that's why your mind that's liking for the army lah. Because
Yeah.
to me, it's for someone who wants to sign on, right, have this very values of what's that called, patriotism, and like I want to be in that service of line to serve the people behind me.
Yeah, and like the fact that I'm not a Singaporean, like
Oh yes.
like people would criticize me, oh, you know what? Why not just sign on in the Philippines, since you're Filipino? But the one thing they don't understand is that, and it's kind of sad. I grew up here throughout my entire life, and till now, people still treat me as if I came from another country when I was like 12 years old. I took PSLE here. I went to PAP kindergarten, for God's sake. I I went through NO level. I got my diploma here, and
We went through exactly the same what we have
yeah,
what
I
Singaporeans
went
went
through
through.
the exact same thing as a true blue Singaporean, but I'm still not recognized as a Singaporean. What? Because I don't fall in the four races. But
Yeah.
all the time I've been growing up in Singapore, I've been taught that Singapore is a very multiracial country. So when there's all these racial issues, right, it's kind of like, wow, you know, it really degrades me to a certain extent. Mm.
That's
And
a
the
valid
It
point.
never stopped you from, getting towards what you always wanted to achieve, right?
of course, what they're just words anyways.
Knowing you, you're a bit laid back, but you
Yeah.
never let anyone, like, no matter what they say, stop you. I mean, like,
Yeah, I
dude,
mean,
you just finished poly, man. Like, come on, you just graduated from it, and now you're in army. Like, I'm still in IT,
yeah,
so
yeah.
you know,
No, it's like, I get it, it's their opinion. So like they have their say, I have my say. So I don't really dwell much into like in
yeah.
protesting,
Here's the thing, like,
it's
it
their
doesn't matter
thinking.
what people say about you.
Mm,
Like, I mean, I've shared in the previous video, so lah, but it's always up to you to take it whether as an insult or take it as something that you wanna prove people wrong.
mm,
And then it also
yeah.
leads towards to your end goal also. Like, hey, people say you're shit at this, right? But then out of this outcome, your end goal is obviously to get better. Or if not, sometimes insults are also the truth that you have to look at, and you have to, like, just take it with a pinch of salt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Mm.
mean, the real world isn't all that nice.
Yeah.
So some insults can be a pushing point.
Mm.
Like I've been insulted a lot of times for being a Filipino. I've been told to go back to my country, even though I was raised here. Uh, yeah. So I guess going to the army is kind of one of my goals to prove that I'm a true Singaporean. Being patriotic to my own country,
Mm.
even though I was born a Filipino.
I salute to you, bro.
Who knows, when I enlist, right, you're my sir. Wow.
Wow, if you're my child recruiter, you better pray.
Hey, wow.
Sign extra, bro.
I go around to you.
I think you're a great example. I mean, I love what you just said. It should be a prime example to all Singaporeans out there lah, that our color of our skin or whatever we belong with, like, it doesn't matter. because you're always here, man, in Singapore. You have
Mm.
the Singapore culture in you. You know, maybe you are even a true Singaporean than someone who is born here, and uh, to the extent that you want to serve our small little island, signing on. That's the true kind of respect. And this COVID-19 also, with this topic, to me, like because I'm currently working as a temp, frontliner to help this COVID-19 issue, and we have to like call all the Bangladesh people, our dormitory people, and the way we see, the treatment that we not I wouldn't say most Singaporeans are, maybe it's just the minority lah. The way that the minority so-called treat our foreigners are very disheartening to see, because
Yeah.
like you know without them we won't have infrastructure as such, right? They've contributed something to our little island, and that's something should be appreciated lah. And whatever you are doing also as individual yourself, uh, to me is also being appreciated. If because you see those Americans or those European countries, those Angmo countries, right? Whenever you say someone who's in the army or firefighter or police force, right, the huge respect that they give is huge,
Yeah, it's amazing.
amazing. But the fact that we here in this little island, let's say you are from the army or you sign on, the respect that our fellow Singaporeans give, right, is something that I don't even feel that they respect us. Like, I don't even feel that we are being appreciated. So this is something that I think maybe in another podcast, Colina, we can invite Antonio again. We can talk about these kind of things where the real issues of our culture, or maybe things that we need to change slowly for a better future lah. So, but thanks for sharing, man. That's something quite personal. Like I will, and it's an eye opener for me lah, to see from a perspective of um another Filipino that's coming here in Singapore. But maybe Colin, you might want to share. I know you that from your secondary school you take quite some time to graduate, and then you go to IT. Do you have a goal?
Let me just give the audience a little bit of a backstory. So when I was in secondary school, right, I actually retained twice when I was Sec 3. So it took me a total of 6 years to get out of secondary school and then into IT. So along the way, I didn't like the end goal when I entered secondary school was to go to Temasek Poly, which is literally opposite my block now. So like even in school I could see it. So that was my end goal. But then I just really as a kid I was just really young dumb.
Young,
Thought that
dumb, and
it'll be
Young
like
and
hey,
dumb.
just anyhow do like whack only, like as a normal secondary school kid you guys will be like just easy one can just pass and just go like. But
I see it firsthand.
he slapped me in the face and then I I just felt I honestly did feel lost at this one point of time, and I felt like giving up. And then I still remember my secondary school teacher. He's called Mr. Lai. He came up to me and said, "So Connie, you want to give up?" Then I was like, "No, I mean like a bit no point Like the way I put it out was actually I want him to help me, but I don't see any hope left in me trying because I've been trying it for one whole year, and then up till now my results are still so bad. And then I just felt like there wasn't a point going forward. But then I was having tuition at that point of time, and my tutor he told me like it was private tutoring at home, and he told me that he see himself in me like he was once in my position, so he shared a little bit of a personal story as well, and that kind of like gave me some insights of life. So I thought that I mean like come on, I'm only in secondary school. I have so much more to look forward to out there, in life. There's so many more things to go to learn, to teach others. And I just, from that point of time, I just, I just go for it. I just back when I finish secondary school, and then it will be so much more easy afterwards, which it really is. Like Like kids watching this in secondary school, trust me, after secondary school, when you get out of it, right, you go to college or poly or JC, right? Okay, JC maybe it'll be not so easy, but when you're in IT or poly, life will be a little bit easier, trust me. But you will also want to go back to secondary school. It's a life thing, okay? But being in that loss process, right? I'll give this advice to our viewers out there that you need to have an anchor point, and I would say that will be your family, because when you're lost, you will feel frustrated. Like personal story lah, you know. But I didn't really look to my family members about it. I just went on with myself, you know, just throw ball anyone whack me, and yeah, in the end up in IT, and then met Ramdan Tingkai. Here I am today, doing this for you guys. So know that
I
you're
will
not
have
alone,
to
you know.
I will have to say life is not easier when you finish school. School is much more easier, boys and girls, because once you reach my age, after
Oh,
Antonio's
yeah.
age, you will start to think about life, the real life, you know, the midlife
when
crisis, the quarter life crisis, all this.
I
when you
mean,
start paying
when you're
taxes.
young, you wouldn't think so
When
much
you,
about
yes,
stigma, right? But once
when
you're
you
out
start
there, you'll be like,
paying
oh
own
crap.
bills.
No, it's like when you're young, you're thinking, after school, I will do this, I'll do that. But
No,
then
right?
after school, you don't really do anything.
It's because when we're young, right, we are in a very safe place, you know, like secondary school is very secure.
Yeah.
But once you get out there, right, you're really on your own. That's when literally
Yes,
your self-awareness and everything comes in. Lah. And
yes.
you guys have to always have a goal in mind. Like where I recently saw this post on my friend's Instagram account. Like where do you see yourself in 5 years time, or like what would you tell your younger self? But what if you flipped it? What do you think
I
your
saw
future
that.
would tell you? You know, like
What will
where
your
do
future
you
tell
see
you, right?
yourself? Yeah, huh?
What will your future self tell you, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
So
that's I
like
saw that.
thinking about that, right? Like your self awareness will really rise up, and then it it triggers your mind to think like, oh, like maybe I can, go for this course in IT or poly, study this to go into this uni in JC. It really gets your mind thinking to plan out a process for you lah in the future, which really helps. So I'll
If you
suggest you guys try
ask,
that lah.
if you ask me, I mean, I agree with whatever both of you have shared actually. It's something that I'm learning also actually. I was like, wow, actually this is some great points that I myself have, like wow, some memories lah when I also, but I don't think I need to talk about my past lah. Not yet lah. Huh? But from a perspective lah, I've I've passed the age of the quarter life crisis maybe, you know, and so it's I think it's a good podcast today because we have two different people who's one is in NS, one who is in ITE, who have taken quite some time to what's that uh graduate lah in a way, and to take a longer process lah, you know. But one takeaway from what I learned from Antonio today is if combined with what Colin have mentioned, the self-awareness part, right? Those kind of life questions that you might want to ask yourself. It's knowing your values.
Yes.
Because just now when Antonio mentioned saying that, he has this kind of, value to like patriotism, or he has this kind of passion or interest or a deep reason because why for himself, right, is he wants to prove to people that um that he wants to show that he's also a Singaporean, originally or holistically in this case, that he's a true Singaporean as any others lah. Even being born in Filipino but being raised here as a Singaporean. So that is one of his biggest why that is strong enough for him to remove any distraction in his life. That's what I see lah. And Colin himself also have gone through some stages also. And I think it's fine to feel lost at your age, or I was lost. My side was, it's very simple. I knew what I wanted to do. I don't know what I wanted to do exactly. I know what line I wanted to pursue, which is sports. Okay, when I was in poly, I didn't do well in O levels. Okay, so those of you who didn't do well, it's okay. But I'm not saying that it's okay. You should still study and do well. Okay, but I'm saying it's okay if things go rough a bit. That's not the end of life. Okay, when I went to poly, my strategy was there's 12 choices, right? To even go IT also, I think there's I don't know how many choices in IT lah to make for the courses. But you have a limited choice of choices you can do. So what I did was, instead of asking myself what am I good at or what I want to do, I asked myself what am I not good at. So I eliminate the things that I'm not good at lah, say maths lah, science lah. Then I realized, wow, so many things I'm not good at, So then I realized the thing that I'm very good at is sports lah. And then that's why I reflect upon myself and say, wow, actually I've been a house captain, football captain, all this for my school, blah blah blah. And regardless of whatever stereotype out there, like how Antonio faced, like being signed on, my stereotype was sports cannot make money. Sports is not the future. Back then, right, people always want to be doctor, lawyer, all this, blah, 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 right? So sports was not something that people want to pursue. And there's also a stigma on that, lah, like sports, musician, all this cannot make money, right? So, but I know that was what I'm good at, lah. And I know I want to be best at what I do and the line of industry that I want to pursue. So I do sports, but along the way, I still do sports. But along the way, I've met people, and then these experiences in life, managed for me to find the values that I have lah, not knowingly lah, right? And here I am wanting to be a coach, or here I'm already a coach, a life skill coach, a sports coach, and of course that takes some years for me to experience it, and it takes some time for me to master my own craft. But here I am lah, where my teachers don't believe that I can do certain things in life, right? And as long as you stick to your goal, you have the right intention in life, you have.
Sorry, we had some technical difficulties. Okay, so basically to sum it up, this whole podcast up is don't be afraid to feel lost, because I'm pretty sure everyone goes through it also. Know that you have your friends, your families around you. So when you feel lost in life, you can always seek out to them for any help, because especially your parents or your family members, because they've been through life way more than us. So I'm pretty sure they also have some advices for you guys. And also, if you guys want to, you can hit us up also at the Holistic Experience of Facebook. And maybe you can share with you some insights on life. And also, thanks Antonio for coming on here today and sharing the stories with us.
You're welcome.
Hope that you will be free for more in the future when we need you. More topics.
See how.
Yeah. And also, there will be more topics to come, so stay tuned every week. And if that's all, see you guys next week. Bye-bye.